Most of us will never become wealthy because we're trained from birth to do the exact opposite of what wealthy people do.
I hustle for my last name. I don't hustle for my first.
We're trained to think the exact opposite of how wealthy people think. This is why even if we do well for ourselves, live comfortably, get a high salary, our kids usually have to start from scratch. For instance, nepotism. We're trained to think nepotism is cheating, giving somebody a position or a role in a company based on your relationship and not based on their skills.
You have to understand what you're doing in business because you got to do what's best for your kids. What's best for your kids is to put your money into something, the stress, go through all of it, so when your child becomes a man, he doesn't have to work for nobody.
We're trained to think that's cheating and is wrong and is unethical. Meanwhile, who gave you your job? Who runs the company along with them? Who do they usually pass the company on to? You? Somebody that got hired that worked from the mailroom to the C-suite? No, they're kids. And they don't judge them as harshly when they fail. Look at Donald Trump's father, who gave him a small $1 million loan, which it was way more than that. How many times has Donald Trump's businesses failed? How many loans or gifts did his father give him? Does he do the same thing with his kids, with his son-in-laws even?
Only the boss if you put up your own money. If you don't put up your own money, I don't care how much somebody gives you, you're nothing but a supervisor. It's not yours.
There's plenty of people we can't even name that run the world right now. And their kids do it along with them, like George Soros, the Ellisons, right? Musk. Even when their kids fail, they have the luxury to let them try again. Whereas how many of us know people who won't even refer their own family members to a good job because they're worried about them messing up and jacking up your reputation at your job? And even when we do practice nepotism, it's usually just to get you a higher paying job. You're not the boss, you're just a higher paid worker. A lot of the people in the music and entertainment industry, a lot of them are related. Gladys Knight, Aaliyah, Whitney Houston, Dionne Warwick. You could just look at all these people that are related, but they're really just higher paid workers. They don't run the labels. They don't run distribution. They don't run none of that. Now, let alone think about the things that we all need to live. The grocery stores, the Waltons, Walmart family, Nestle. Just think about it. Just do some research and you'll see what I'm saying is 100% correct.
Don't you think your son would rather wake up with you and you could pick him up from school instead of having to do a 9 to 5? If that's not what you hustling for, you're selfish. You keep saying I'm worried about my kids. You worried about you.
Think about the popular viral interview between Dame Dash and DJ Envy on the Breakfast Club years ago. Most people resonated with DJ Envy. Not Dame saying he does this for his last name and he wants his kids to be bosses. He doesn't want them to work for no other person. Most people thought he was being unrealistic and arrogant. The people that run the world probably agreed with him because that's how they do things. But all the pushback he received for that statement, not in general, but for that statement, shows why most of us will never become wealthy, because we are brainwashed to think that all the things that wealthy people do to get power and to maintain power and to keep it in their family and to get true generational wealth, we've been brainwashed to believe that this is wrong and we shouldn't do that. And if you work harder, but have you ever heard the expression work smarter, not harder? Another expression, if hardest working people were the wealthiest, people who dig ditches would be the richest. I'm not saying there should be no accountability for somebody to keep their spot, but if you gave birth to somebody or raised somebody, you think their life should be difficult just because yours was and need to get it from the mud, then you're setting them up to be on the same treadmill that you were on, the rat race, right? And people have the nerve, like a brother I was talking to when I was selling books the other day, to complain about how people inherit property from a deceased relative and they sell it because they can't even afford to pay the property tax. Did you pay for your kids' college? Did you give them a business? Did you invest in their business idea? Did you do any of that? So then why are you surprised that when they get resources, they squander them for survival? Like, let's fix our mentality and how we view the world, because what we're doing obviously isn't working.